music, right?
The
The
music's intense.
introduction
I'll let you
is
start this off.
is hard.
What's hard?
Um, Grief.
Oh, okay. Why why do you say grief is hard? I mean, I know what it feels like for me, but why do you say grief is hard?
I think grief is love, but the parts that you have to let it go, the versions that you was with the person or with the job or with your team or with your families or relatives or siblings, they just don't exist without link. So is the process of nature like evolving cycles, autumn, summer, you know, it's just changing all the time. And I think as a human beings, we don't like change. And that meaningful moments and that versions that you create sometimes to survive, you don't need it anymore, or that version are not serving you, but the attachment. And it's like breaking with your ex, but the difference is like that excess are version of yourself, and you need to let it go.
Yeah. For me, grief is probably the most challenging things that I've ever dealt with because it hits me in my body in a very painful way. Like most people, like of course we're going to feel the grief in our head, right? And we're going to ruminate and our thoughts are going to run and race. But for me, when I experience any form of grief, be it loss of a job, relationship, death of a family member, it hits me in my gut and I almost become physically as well as emotionally paralyzed. So I drop into a freeze response, kind of like a deer in headlights. You know, it's like it's dark and all of a sudden grief hits me. And I'm like, ah! And so it takes a lot for me to get out of that state because every time I think about it, it like reverberates. It's a trauma response for me, a heavy trauma response.
Like freeze, flight, fight. I think more. I'm more like fight, yeah,
Oh, really? Okay.
and flight too.
Okay.
Depends. Used to be freeze,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's moving. So I'm going to back to the attachment because I think there is a part of ourselves that we need basics: food, physical contact, and movement. And when I say movement, doesn't mean like we have to go to the gym every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's about move or emotions. Emotion is motion, emotion. So it's emo- motion in emotions in movement.
Mm-hmm.
Without that, it's start to allow it in our body, and it's like if disconnect. Like I was taking dance bachata classes,
Mm-hmm.
and my teacher says like before you learn to dance bachata, you need to feel your body,
Mm.
and there was he find a disconnection in my plexus, like disconnection. So when I try to do this, feels like disconnected.
Mm. Yeah. And that's kind of what happens when I experience grief. I go into that state of freeze, and I've learned over the years when I have that response, the one thing that I have to do because I do feel it in my body is I have to move. And I think we were talking yesterday. I think you asked me the question, what do you do when you need to clear your head, or what's like one of the thing that you do? I go for a walk. Like I immediately go for a walk. I turn on my favorite music and I dance. Yeah.
Mm,
When you said
okay.
bachata, I was like, oh yeah, yeah. I have to get my physical body moving. And there's this magic that happens a lot of times is that when my body starts to move, I start to cry, especially when I'm feeling that
Mm.
sense of grief or loss or disappointment. I start to cry, and that cry, that water starts to cleanse.
Mm.
And then
Interesting.
it's almost like I'm moving through these different stages of healing, of neutralizing. That's what I'm going to think about, neutralizing the discomfort or the pain that I'm experiencing in the moment.
I used to think that I have a very powerful exercise that called trauma release exercise. And then I understand like release or relief could have a negative connotation.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say like?
Yeah.
Because it's not about to let it go. It's about to integrate. I can let it go that versions. That version are still live on me,
Yeah.
right? It's not like it's kind of I reject it. So I come back to the same wound that is
Mm-hmm.
rejection or abandonment, and I abandon myself or abandon my old versions and reject it. But it's about integration, and for me, there is many ways to integrate. One of them is play,
Hmm.
be playful, dance, silence, a quality rest. There is like calm, like even just stillness, movement with stillness. Go to the water, go to the ocean, use the frequency of nature to integrate something. So I think that's the key of healing journey. Just
Yeah.
it's not about healing itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about like
Moving through those stages of the
an
process,
integrate, to
integrating.
accept, to surrender to your shortcomings or
Mm-hmm.
your character defects.
Yeah. I this morning when I woke up, some mornings I do a meditation, other mornings I just like do my morning gratitude. Well, I should say I always pause, breathe, and do my morning gratitude. But this morning I decided to listen to a different meditation than I normally do. And at the end of the meditation, the woman that was guiding it via recording, she's like, say a, or create your own affirmation and repeat it. And she had us repeat it a couple of times in our heads. And my intention for today was I commit myself to presence, joy, and walking in intention. And when you said joy, I was like, oh, I've succeeded on the presence. I've been moving through the day with intention already, but I haven't tapped into that sense of joy. And so thank you for reminding me that I needed to do that. High five.
Yeah.
Because I just, you and I, when we talk, it's all about transparency. And that's one thing that I love in communicating with you. As a friend, I'm like, and I've only known you for such a short time.
I know.
I know. And we just we click. So yesterday, when we were walking, we were talking about infidelity, right? And we both have experienced that. And I was thinking about this morning. That's one reason why I was like, I need a meditation to kind of pull me out of this ruminating thought that I was having. I was thinking about the past couple of relationships that I've had over the course of the past 5 years. And initially I started to just feel really a sense of shame in that moment. And like as I was thinking about it this morning, I started to feel a sense of shame, and I was feeling angry at myself and thinking, what did I do? And it's like, going back and forth with all these things. And I remembered in our conversation that yes, it's if someone cheats on you or if someone ghosts you or whatever they may do, which is the case for me, what did I
And for
abandon?
me and many people, yeah, almost 90% of the population.
Are you serious?
Of course.
I was going to say like 85% for me. Yeah. Of people that I've been in relationships have either just.
No, I'm not talking about my relationship. I'm talking about in general in the world. Like
Oh,
people
oh.
experience some kind of
Okay.
infidelity.
I was about to say. I was like, dang, you have that many people leaving you. It's a whole lot of people leaving you.
Yeah, that there is something wrong in me.
Well,
I
I
just
know,
think
I know.
it's reason because
But
we
the-
feel shame.
With the shame, but not just the shame, but then I was reminded by what you said yesterday around what did I abandon in myself in those relationships. And not saying that they aren't responsible for their behavior, which they are, but I have realized over the course of time, and I was reminded this morning that to pull myself out of that, is that I have such an open, big heart, and I'm filled with so much forgiveness. I am notorious for avoiding, or yeah, avoiding is the word. I avoid the red flags, meaning I see the red flags and I'm like, oh, you know, they're gonna get better. And I turn into, as you called me yesterday, the nice faith, like, oh, it's okay, it's all right.
Adapted kids.
What's that?
Adapted kid. A kid has to adapt her
Mm,
behavior, in this case, your behavior, in order to feel seen or to feel loved.
yeah,
So that's the wound of the childhood. Like we
yeah.
almost adapt all our behaviors in order to feel seen, to feel loved.
Mm-hmm.
So when we try to create that link again, we link with the wounds of the childhood, like how we used to relate it with our father or mother is like we are just replicated
That in a
that
relationships.
in a relationships in
Yeah.
the world, like, but not only with partners, like in the
Hey,
job, like I'm the one who's,
can maneuver.
yeah, yeah, I'm the one who can handle more job than
Yeah.
anyone, blah blah
Take on
blah.
everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Try to fix things.
yeah.
Yeah. Which definitely that's who I am. And so I have to constantly remember not to, because I remember in therapy at one point, that's that's how my therapist labeled it, that I was great at adapting.
But and by the way, that's something biological.
Oh, it is.
We develop adaptation as
To
a coping
survive.
mechanism. Exactly. So I don't think like it's something that we can forget how to do it.
We just have to observe it and notice when we do it in situations that are going to cause us more pain or harm,
Yeah, it's
or
like
could potentially cause us pain or harm.
for example, tell me one red flag that you see and you decide to ignore and why.
Um, whoa.
I think the first one is like the one that we talked yesterday,
Oh, yeah, I can give
right?
that one.
Like,
Yeah. So I'm really big. So the example that I gave yesterday, I'm really big on communication. And so one of the things that I've learned throughout my relationships is that when I'm feeling a certain way, to express it. And at the time, my partner, he has children. I don't have children, so I don't necessarily understand that dynamic. However, we were accustomed to talking to each other every day, not necessarily a specific time, even if it was a text, a quick text, this is what I'm doing, or how are you doing, check in, blah, blah, blah. And so I knew that my partner was going to visit his children. And so, of course, I'm not going to, and I've never done this. I don't bug anyone.
bother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't bother, that adapting. I don't bother people. So it's like, okay, he's with his kids, but he was on the road. He had to drive to see them or drive to see one of them. And he said that he would call me when he arrived, and he didn't call me when he arrived. He didn't call me for over 24 hours,
Disappear.
nor did he text, which was weird. I, of course, reached out to him and was like, "Hey, are you good? You're fine." I called, no answer. Da 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 da. So then at that point, I was like, "Okay, it's nighttime. I guess I go to sleep," And I wake up the next morning, still nothing. And then again, almost over 24 hours later, he finally reaches out and was like, "Oh, I'm good. I was just with the kids." And so, of course, I'm going through like all these emotions, right? During that time period. Did he get in an accident? Did it this? Like all the things. And it's interesting because in my head in that moment, I trusted him so much that I didn't think he was cheating. Like that did not even show up in my head.
But your body feels.
But my body felt uncomfortable. I didn't allow my mind, that monkey mind that we have that jumps around, I didn't allow that mind to like pull me there. But physically, I knew something wasn't right. So again, kind of going back into that gut feeling that I get a lot.
Do you know why that's coming from? It's coming from the, oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Oh,
This is coming
motorcycle.
from when something bad is happening in your life, when you're a kid, and your body is feeling like
Mm-hmm.
your mind surviving mode is like no regulation is activated, and your mommy comes and says like, nothing is happening,
Happening.
so nothing is happening. So you start to learn like not to listen your body,
Mm-hmm.
like even when you are eating, like in Mexico is eat it all. You can stand up until you eat it all, and your body is like, I'm fucking full. I don't want to keep eating,
Right,
right? But you
right.
you have to eat it
You
all.
have to,
So
yeah.
you start little by little these signals to
Suppressing.
ignore, suppressing.
Yeah,
Exactly, it's
yeah,
about
suppressing.
suppressing. So the body has to increase the volume.
Yeah.
So that was the first warning,
That was the first warning.
and how it feels at the end when actually you find out.
Yeah.
You can't deny
I
it,
can't
right?
deny it.
Because the body is
Yeah.
exploding.
Exploded. And it's interesting because from that moment to the time that I actually found out that he had been cheating our entire relationship, like from day one, or when I say day one, meaning the moment that both him and I sat down and said, as adults, we are going to be in a committed relationship. This is what monogamy looks like, feels like. Like we had that crazy, like not shouldn't say crazy. We had that adult conversation.
Agreements, yeah, you need
Yeah,
agreement by writing,
right. Yeah.
like NDA. Like
Yes.
if it's not gonna work because like I thought
Thought
that
it
it
no.
wasn't like
There,
that. No, bro,
no stone
this is
was
by
unturned.
writing.
Yeah, no stone was unturned. Like we flipped all the stones. We were clear, and still he did what he wanted to do. That was on him. And then, as I was telling you, I found out in a DM, and then I saw a video and all the things, photos of them engaging in the
Don't
SCX,
go there.
all the things. And of course, I'm a Virgo. I'm so detailed. I went back because she had the other chick. She had her stuff dated. Like there were dates. So then I go back in my phone to match up the dates,
At the timeline.
the
Yeah, I'm
timeline.
not the only one crazy.
No,
I'm
you're not
okay.
crazy. I searched my timeline, compared them against her dates and timelines and timestamps and
Connecting the
oh gosh.
dots.
And then I was like, that moment, that moment, that moment. It was like all those moments they aligned, and those were those moments when my body was like, ugh, ugh. And I was like, whoa. So but here's the interesting part. Now I listen to those messages a lot more, but then I try my best to also stay open at the same time. Not open to the red flags, but open to connection with someone else. I'm working at that right now. Cuz I don't want to build another wall of love. I don't want to I've done that before and I let it down, and then I'll build another one and then I let it down, and I'm like, I still want to stay open because I believe in love and I enjoy being in a relationship.
And here we go to try to answer the most philosophical questions in the fucking world. That is, what the fuck is love?
Oh,
How that looks, but more important, how that feels in a daily basis. I'm gonna start with this question
you
because
know what I was thinking about that today. What does love feel like?
for me,
What does it feel? Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna tell you what it
affirmation
feels like to me.
words, affirmation words daily from the people that I love, from the people is it's important to me. Like I mean, it's not the same to uh, receive compliments for people that random people, right? But I remember one that is what's so powerful. All my childhood, my friends just do jokes about my hair. So I thought that I have like a bad hair, like ugly hair, right?
Are you gonna tell them what I said about your hair?
Yeah, but first, I was in the bathroom in a random hotel, and a guy look at me and say like, so it wasn't just not about jokes about my ugly hair. It was about like the way that it's cut it, the haircut. So this guy looked at me and is like, wow, that is amazing haircut. Where did you get it? The first time in my life, in 30 years, that someone say me the opposite. So I feel like makes my day, makes my fucking day. Just a little gesture of kindness.
Yeah.
And then you say like, you're Kennedy hair, and I was like, wow, yes, Kennedy hair. And you start to appreciate the things that are real. Like as I told you, like it took me like 33 years to understand that I was pretty because other people notice.
Yeah.
But the jump to the, I know you are pretty, but do you feel pretty?
Mm.
It's like the guy that is fat all his childhood and then he's super strong, but it really inside of him,
Still,
that
he's
fatty,
still that
fatty
little.
guy is still
Yeah.
alive. So he feels fat, but it's six pack,
Wow.
right? So it's about that, how love looks in a daily basis. For me, is affirmation words. Usually, it's the things that you lack in the childhood. Like for me, it wasn't affirmation words. It was very criticized and judged, and a lot of judgment. So I have these little boys still in my mind in my little house that I work daily with that. So for me, an act of love for myself is like affirmations,
Yeah.
like to try to compensate that.
Wow.
And the lack of other thing is what physical contact. I didn't have physical contact, like enough physical contact. So sometimes like massage, sometimes like take a shower with my hands, sometimes hugs, right? So if my tank of love is filled, my reactions are less overreacting.
Yeah.
But if my something that I notice in the relationships is like if your tank of love is empty, no matter what happened, any little puck is.
It's gonna explode. Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me,
Yeah. So first, I want to start saying that I'm going to give some adjectives around what love feels like. Love feels warm.
okay,
Warm. Love feels soft.
fun.
Fun. It does feel fun. It feels fun. It feels expansive.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Like,
Why you?
and when I say expansive, like it's overflowing, right? Because it never stops. When
I thought about like property, property. Like no, bitch, give me some property. Like I don't need marriage. I don't need a prenup. Just give me property.
give me property, forget the prenup. Um, but that's a whole nother conversation, guys.
Yeah,
But when you were talking about like love languages, yeah. So one of my love languages is quality time and acts of service. And as we know, all things come back to our childhood, right? And so
How is the way that you show love?
I show
Not
love
naturally.
naturally. I show love with acts of service, which sometimes that's not how somebody else wants it because that's how I get it. And then I also show love through physical touch
Okay.
because I do like giving. I love giving hugs and I love like placing my hands on people. But I think that comes from something else. That comes from more of my healer, my guide, my spiritual guide, and my ancestors. Yeah,
I want to
that's a whole.
do a parenthesis there in physical touch. When
Mm-hmm.
there's a lack of physical touch in my childhood, instinctively I want to touch people, right?
Mm.
But it wasn't because I want to show my love. It wasn't from my necessity,
You wanted to receive it back.
and they, it's like they can read the frequency, and it's like
Ooh, no
reaction, like what the
way.
fuck,
Too
right?
much.
So I was the kind of guy that hug my friends like this, and my friends are like, wow,
Dude, yeah.
this is like too much intensity, but it was
Yeah.
literally my body tried to regulate itself,
Self,
looking for
for someone
physical
else to,
touch.
yeah.
But then I learned something because it's layers and layers and layers, right? So it's not about the intensity of the physical touch. Sometimes it could be
Just soft
soft,
and subtle.
soft,
Yeah,
calm.
yeah, yeah. So when it comes to acts of service, no, actually quality time. Quality time is probably the top one for me. And there's two layers to this. So I had two brothers, so it was three of us in the family. And my both of my brothers were diagnosed. Well, first they had hemophilia, so they had a bleeding condition, and then they later on in life contracted HIV through blood products. So
Okay.
that meant that my mom, all of her attention, of course, was going towards them. And it's not like she didn't care for me, but what she did, she gave acts of service through buying things for me. So she made sure that I was in ballet class and dance class, and I had private tutors, and I had every possible thing.
Just outsourcing
She
the
was
caring.
she was outsourcing.
but
She outsourced
that
literally almost my entire childhood
but
to other
imagine how
people.
money like sometimes we don't see, sometimes we don't feel love it, but
No.
doesn't mean
Doesn't
that the
mean she,
loss
right.
that the love wasn't
Of
around,
course.
right?
Right, right.
So that's very important.
Yeah.
So it's funny that she gives you quality time in some way,
In some
right?
way. In some way. There were some moments, but the person that gave me more quality time actually was my dad. And I valued our quality time.
Which
like
one?
you're so funny. My real dad, not
Okay.
not the
By-
not the
by-
not the zaddy.
Not the stepdaddy.
None of those other daddies. Actually,
Ah, oh, okay.
No.
Don't cut.
I only have one father. Just one. But yeah, so qua- quality time with him was very valued because he traveled a lot. He was in the military. So when he would come home, most of his time was spent with me. And so we would go fishing, or I would go outside and like have conversations with him. Anytime he was home, and at one point he was home all the time once he retired. I think I was probably like 14 by that time. Like he taught me how to drive, he taught me how to ride my bike. He would take me to ballet class because my
Beautiful.
mom would. So it was like he spent those moments. So it's like I cherished them. But then once he died, I had to create those intentional moments. So when you ask me, like, what is it, or something, I don't know if it was the other day, maybe it was Sunday when we were all, the three of us were talking, and you were asking me about intention. And I can't remember what the question was.
Like, why are you in? I think it looks like you intention
Intentional,
every
yeah.
action, everything that you
Yes,
did.
that was the question. So why am I intentional? Why it gives an impression, right, that I'm intentional, and that's part of the answer. Is that after he passed, I had to create my own safe container.
Yeah, because we talked about in the last podcast that men are the creating
They create the
the
container.
container,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And my dad was perfect at creating that safe container for me. But then once he wasn't alive anymore, I'm like, oh snap. So, you know,
Did you think that you enter like in kind of survivor mode, so you need to
oh
create
well,
safety
I
and
needed to
for
create
yourself?
safety, but it was interesting because it took a while for me to even understand that. So I went through a couple of years of dating just any old damn body because I just wanted to feel safe. And then I was like, okay,
I'm gonna do a pause here because
yeah, go for it.
it's there is people that judging me because I always get late to these yoga classes, right? Like not super late, but late. And then they saw me like a very envy. It was envy, like this guy just get sleep in the fucking shavasana, and like
But
is the
how late do you show up to yoga class?
how what?
How late do you show up?
Yeah, maybe just after the prep talk that I don't care. Like, just get the deep, set the intention and blah, blah. Yeah, don't care. Just, I'm here for the Shavasana. I'm here to do the most difficult, but at the same time, the
It
most
is.
easy position, right?
That's true.
So I'm here for the integration. I'm not here for the set the intention. I already have a lot to deal with. So anyway, so this is kind of tricky because when you
Okay.
say like you are like looking for men just to sometimes as a man you are not looking for sex.
No.
You are looking for what happened after the
Yeah.
sex. That
I'm
is the
looking for
cuddle.
this, yeah, the
Or
cuddle,
like
the
blah
hug,
blah blah.
the safe container, the conversation.
So it's about that. And sometimes very late the men understand that you need to have sex to create that, right? Or otherwise, some guys use sex to relieve all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
emotions and
Yeah. I don't like
if
those
you
guys.
if you don't take care of yourself, you just for woman I think is something very serious because you are open, you are
Well,
receiving.
yeah, now this is a whole nother conversation because that is exactly what happens is that women, right, when you're in that state of sex, right, and the man is inside of you, you are absorbing their energy. You also, here's a scientific thing,
Exactly.
you actually absorb their DNA. And and their freaking DNA will stay in your body for a lifetime. They have found women
Go to the brain.
corpse.
Go to the brain.
Yes, and they've like, wait a minute, that's not their DNA. That's that's another person's DNA, and that's another person's DNA. Yeah. So it's like on a metabolical, I can't even pronounce the word now, level, but also on an energetic level. Now, energetically,
On a spiritual level.
and a spiritual level, yeah, definitely.
There
on a
is like
spiritual
open doors.
Yeah, yeah. It's you open a portal because in that moment, that connection becomes a portal, and it's whoosh, it like blows in.
Even if
Literally.
you are like aware or not, there is people that I can have sex without the link, without vínculo, right? Without feelings. Like, bro, that's not true.
No.
And in a very scientific, spiritual, emotional way,
Yeah.
it's impossible, right?
still
And
is.
for us, it's like the USB. We take information.
Yeah, yeah.
And includes the other DNA that they have. So for
Yeah.
us, it's as danger
Yeah.
as
you can absorb. And that's also that saying that happens when people say uh it's like a vampire, because there are energetic vampires out there that are only coming to
Extraction.
extraction. Yeah. So they plug in
They plug in, but I think
to
I'm
download.
gonna go to another level of another. I'm gonna open another door, but I think
Okay.
it's for that reason religion trying to protect ourselves. It's not about the prohibition. It's about to protect all the things that happen in that moment, because if we really are to procreate it, to
Mm-hmm.
create life,
Mm-hmm.
all these things just go to the light. All the darkness, all the spirit, all the energies, even if it's a vampire, whatever, just go to the wound to create life. So it's an explosion of light. It's for that reason
Okay.
we should just have
Stay away.
sex, have sex to create life. That's the main
Oh,
purpose.
so yeah. I
To create
mean,
life, to create light, to create,
I mean, I guess, is that what it was really intended for? But I don't know. Like, because not all connections are designed to create life.
I'm agree.
Or are you saying that that's what it should be?
No, I'm agree, because how many mothers want to be a mother they can,
Yeah.
and then suddenly, random girl in Ukraine, they decide to have sex one time. And it's like,
And there's
I'm pregnant.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Oh, I
I
mean,
think
it happens to me.
it's
Yeah,
something divine,
yeah,
like, hey,
I never had
make the
kids.
light, and that's
Yeah,
all.
yeah. But my
Um,
creation came in other forms.
of course, we as a woman, you have like the power of expansion and creation. I mean, I think the way that a relationship should work, what at least have the opportunity to work, is like, man is the one who bring the
Mm-hmm.
direction, create, and the woman is in charge to expand that frequency, to create the magic, so the man
Yeah.
can keep creating a world. Like, see this word, right? It's basically created, we like it or not, by men, but it was created for woman,
For a woman, yeah.
right? And sometimes the woman just get they wake up and they decide that this word is not good. We don't like it, and then start fighting. Men, like, this word it sucks, and the man is like, what the fuck? We created for this word for you. But yeah, that's another subject. Let's back to the how love feels in a daily basis. Could be like a glass of wine, or a glass of tea, or a
Swim,
cafe, a swim. Yeah, like joy.
joy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ideal thing. And yeah, like when I said warm, that's what I think is like not too hot. Like I don't want it like so hot and intense and it's spicy. Well, sometimes it could be spicy, but a little warm, you know? But I don't want the relationship burning me up
With the intensity.
with the intensity and destroying who I am inside. But I want it to feel comforting so that I also don't get cold.
It's a dance. I used to
Yeah.
have a client that she was super intense,
Mm-hmm.
energetically super intense. So she needs to find someone with the in with enough big container,
Mm-hmm.
so she can play,
Yeah.
and feels like he can hold her without breaks, without
Yes. Yes.
without stopping her.
That's always, for me, that is my ideal because I I'm a creative. I love to travel. I'm an explorer. I design, meaning like I design my life. I hold spaces for other people. Like I do so much, which I love. And it has always been a challenge to find a partner that can hold that container for me. And
Well, I have a
Give me the
couple of
spaciousness. You have some friends or
no,
something? Oh,
I have a couple of ideas that it would be very difficult to find a
it's
guy because the time of
what?
the size of that container, should be like all the world. And a man feels that
Mm-hmm.
can protect you. It's like imagine like a bodyguard,
Okay.
right? He gives you instructions like this is the perimeter. This is
Okay.
the zone that I can protect you. If you go far away,
I
I
can.
can protect you. And it's just a game of mathematics for men,
Yeah.
logic. Like it's just like okay, to here I can protect you. To here I can protect. So it will be like an internal fight of a man that a man wants to give you the freedom, but biologically talking,
He
he
can.
feels like I can protect her, and you will feel it.
Huh.
And you will say, instead of saying like, oh, I'm the one who has to, like be more close
Yeah.
to understand where is the container, where he can, where he cannot, you will say like, he hasn't the big balls enough to protect me, biologically talking.
So the question is how I don't even know the question. How do I identify a partner that has the capacity to do that? Or is that even possible?
I
Right?
think
Should I just stay single?
No, I think every man has the capacity to understand the limits, right? Um, I think it's more about agreements, and you know what? We used to be nomads, but always travel together,
Together. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think you need to define your space, how big should be the container, and talk with the man like, are you
I have to
okay with
find a man
this?
first.
No, 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 no. It's like
There's not one sitting here. No.
no. It's
I don't
about
have any men knocking at my door that, they're just all, you know what they're doing right now? The men,
uh,
the men that are someone interested, they're just kind of sitting back watching.
mm,
And then they all keep asking, well, where are you going to live? That's the question. So when you said that they look at the parameter,
yeah.
they're trying to figure out.
It's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Because as a man, a woman is more chaotic, like nature, right? See the
Mm-hmm.
nature,
Mm-hmm.
movement, chaos. But as a man is like a system. He needs a place.
Yeah.
He needs a place. He needs a place to train. He needs a place to
To
build.
build, I was going to say to build whatever he's building.
So
Yeah.
man is not.
And I'm like
It's not
I'm like
It's
a little
difficult.
firefly right now,
Yeah.
just kind of flying
Yeah.
around the world,
Yeah.
doing my thing. Interesting.
Yeah. It's like if you. It's like when you see these artists, like Coldplay, this Madonna, whatever. They are flying. They are like in tours, and it's very difficult for them to create something with that agendas. But I don't say that it's not possible.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you say that. Like, for the past 12, oh, maybe more than that,
So,
past 13 years, 14, 15 years, that's been my life.
but what happened that you feel the necessity to give movement? So, usually when a man creates a container,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the woman should feel safe.
Yeah.
But what happened nowadays? because all this empowerment and freedom, they start feel like there is a jail.
I don't see it. Not for me. I don't see it as a jail. I mean, I can. There have been moments where I felt like being in a relationship felt like a jail because the partner that I may have had at that moment wanted control, meaning to control and keep me, or wanted me to be. And I hate to say this, but wanted me to be his mother instead of his partner. That's the
But
reality
it's
of it.
like kind of the same thing that the woman wants a father.
I don't want a father. I already had one,
Protection, safety, container.
but that's different. It's very, very different.
A man wants someone to can soft
Well,
him,
yes, I think it's important.
feed
There are
him.
qualities. There are qualities. The softness, the comfort, the nurturing, the loving. Right. But men, not both parties should love, but those moments where the woman is creating those sense naturally cultivates. I should say not create. Naturally cultivates this sense of warmth and care and joy and playfulness. But we're not your mother. We're your partner. And I think a lot of men, consciously or unconsciously, have, like we talked about, those mother issues. They bring those forward in the relationship and are expecting the woman to show up in those more parental roles and overextend themselves, meaning the women are overextending themselves so much that they forget about who they are. And they're so bogged down and they're so held by what this man wants, and you're overdoing to hopefully keep the relationship going, that you lose your sense of creativity. And that's has happened to me in a relationship, and I got out really quickly because I was like, no, I love being creative. I love exploring. And when I say exploring, like not just like traveling the world everywhere, but exploring the depths of who I am, right? And allowing that sense of fluidity to remain in me. But if I'm so busy running your business, running your life, running your household, navigating the stepkids,
So you want to.
there's no space
So
for
you
me to
are
be me.
you are the one who wants to direct the show.
No, I don't want to direct the show. I think we should have co-direction,
Okay, okay.
but
Let's pause there.
yeah, go for it.
Co-direction
Co-direction.
nowadays
And
is
when I say co-direction, I still want my man. This is for me. I'm not talking about any other women. For me, I still want my man to lead. I want to
okay.
rely on
But
his.
in dancing bachata or salsa, there is no co-direction.
Well, that's what I'm
It's men
saying.
leading all the
Yeah,
time.
when I say co-director, I have my part to play as the co-director. So I have my list of things to do,
I know, but
and then
just
he has his list.
let's back to the to the dance metaphor.
Okay, go.
It's
Let's
like
bachata this.
the man is leading.
Okay.
You are not like susurrando at the ear, like let's go to the right, let's go to the left. That's co-direction. That's not possible. It's like sometimes I'm gonna put another example. It's like sex. Sometimes you are on top,
Yeah.
sometimes you're right,
Yeah.
but still the man is kind of leading. Sometimes you're leading, but you are asking that the man that evolved like thousands of years that feminize. And when a man feminizes, that means that has to feminize himself in order to support your goals and go with you because you are the one leading. That balance is truly difficult. So I will say, like, if you want that kind of man that we're talking about, you need to understand that that man is going to lead 90% of the time. And that's difficult because if you don't let, like, this is something that you don't want to listen. Is
No, yeah.
man has to be on knees to God, surrender to God,
Absolutely.
surrender to the universe, surrender to
Yeah.
God, like, right?
Yeah.
And woman has to render to the man. See? See?
I agree with that to a certain point because when a woman, listen to this, when a woman feels safe and held and secure, then there's enough spaciousness in that container for her to surrender. But so many men out here don't even know how to create that.
Because there are not a men, there are childs.
I, yeah, I guess so. Even if they're in their 50s.
There are
There's,
childs
yeah.
because they never had like this
And I think that,
society.
and so because of that, I think that that's why it's such a battle of the sexes right now, is because of what you just said. There are so many men that are not men.
You know what? This society just put it out all the rituals of initiation. So a kid don't become a man because they don't have masculinity roles. Like in the tribes, thousands of years ago, they have initiation rituals. One of them was like, let's go to fight, let's go to learn to hunt. So that guy put his life in danger and create the skills to survive, to hunt,
Yeah.
to fight. So when they come to the tribe, only they are being like attractive to the woman when they have scars.
Yeah.
Because a woman see the scars and
He knows how to
and
fight. He
think,
survived.
yeah, he can protect me,
Yeah.
right?
I think yeah.
Now the rituals of this society for that
Don't
initiation
even
doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. It's interesting that you say that because you have many gatherings and groups of women, right? You know, we're here in Mexico, and you know this happens in the state as well. Culturally, right? Young girls have the quinceañera, right? I grew up in the South. I grew up in a family where I was a debutante. So that was kind of like my coming out party as a girl. Yeah. And then it's interesting too. My brothers, they also had a similar type of, they what is called, where I come from, it's called a botillion. So basically, it's for the young men to come out into the society, to society, right? So I had a debutante ball. My brothers had a botillion, and prior to those big moments, we like went to school, like meaning society school for weeks, almost months before the event happened, right? But it was preparing us separately from the boys of how we show up in the world as young ladies.
Nice.
Right? But I think that sets you up in your brain to drop into a role, which is not a bad role, because it creates this kind of, like you were saying, the young men go out to hunt.
But the other thing that you have like kind of advantage,
What's that?
you have biologically you have your own ritual when you start to bleed.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty clear that
Yeah.
now you are in the process to be
yeah.
a woman,
Yeah.
right? And a man,
But yeah, men don't have that. But I think culturally, what I'm saying is that those things don't happen anymore.
yeah.
Like they may in small clusters around the world, but overall, young girls, young men don't go through some type of ritual, because that's all a quinceañera, a debutante ball is a ritual within a group of our community.
Do you know what's the role of the father
What's
with
that?
his kids? Not with the women, with his kids.
With his kids, yeah.
Show them how to live without him.
Yeah.
That means that could be like they could end it, hate him, because they will put discipline, limits, adversity,
Yeah.
adventure, explore. Fathers, they don't have to do that anymore. They are so busy making money, or they have so busy at the office. They don't have the time to, hey, let's go for a hiking, right? Let's go for this, let's go for like adversity, right?
Yeah.
So there is no roles.
Yeah.
Like if you go to the school, how many teachers are men? 10%, 20%.
Yeah.
You go to the therapist, you need therapy. How many are women? 70%, 80%. So a kid could, growing up since childhood to the university with no masculine positive roles at all.
So this is really what we're talking about right now is truly the breakdown of society.
Exactly. Did you want did you want to, like control a society? It's like the
Separate them.
woman, break the woman and create fragile, weakness men so
Yeah.
they can start a revolution,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
the way that they break the men is breaking the woman.
Yeah. Breaking the woman, and then there's
Breaking
no
the,
connection.
yeah, breaking the, like,
Well, this is definitely what I mean, and they've done so many studies around this, but this is definitely what happened in the United States, in terms of breaking apart the black community. Because prior to, I want to say, and I'm sure there's tons of people that know way more than I do, but this is somewhat I know. I think prior to the 50s and 60s, the the way that families looked, like there
exactly,
was traditional family, I should say, that's what it was, that's what I want to say. There's a traditional family, the mother, the father, children, right?
the
But
grandparents.
yeah, grandparents, like you're in a community of people. And then when the United States government wanted to destroy black power, because when you have all these communities, so it's definitely probably in the 60s, when you have these really strong black communities changing laws and like creating civil rights, and then so the government was like, well, we have to figure something out, we can't have these black people thinking too big for themselves.
Nowadays
Yeah.
is with Latinos,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, so
It's the same
we're
strategy.
just gonna like we're gonna figure out how we can pull them apart. So they started arresting more black men,
Yeah.
and then they started um, the women, because now they but because of just society, and if you were low income, in order for you to be able to receive government support, you can't have a husband. So if you had children and you needed support, you needed somewhere to live, or you needed food or
That
something.
happened in Germany
Yeah.
too.
So then you break it apart, right?
Like support the single
So
mothers.
so now it's like you have lots of single mothers. Now the
That,
beautiful
that
part,
yeah, I think it's the core.
the court, yeah,
Like support single moms is okay,
yeah,
but the hidden intention is like the message that you are sending is like it's more easy. Just go to single mom and you get support. Don't the the men are not important. The
they're
men are not
unimportant.
necessary anymore. The men are not enough. So the message that the men start receiving is like, it's not like, it's like the man is the problem instead of men have
Yeah,
problems.
yeah. So then here's the good part about it. I mean, when I say good part, there is a turnaround, right? Things are starting to readjust in a way where the rate of black families are starting to increase, which is actually a good thing. But it's like then, but you still have this big chunk, generations, right? Centuries, not centuries, but decades of, yeah, black families being ripped apart. But also, even before that, black families were ripped apart. I mean, during slavery. So it's, and then there was like a resurgence, and then the government keeps kind of
Yeah,
doing what it does, and yeah,
it's cycles. It's
it cycles. It
cycles
cycles. It's, I mean, it's,
in everything.
yeah, it's fascinating.
So
But when you said the comment about men being, did you say fragile? I don't know if you said the word fragile.
weakness, fragile, like they trying to put trendy the feminine man,
Yeah.
but
What is masculinity?
masculinity, the way that you relate with the concept of be a man could be like, for me, in the early years was like, oh, more woman, more masculine. Um, More good in sports, more masculine. More strong, more masculine. More aggressive, more masculine. And I think that it was because the lack of good roles of masculinity, right? So a good role of masculinity would be something like it's not about how strong you are, it's about autodominio. I don't know how to say it, like self dominance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about your body, it's about if you can control yourself. That's masculine.
Discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah.
Like control your frame. Your frame is discipline, like gym, like nutrition, like uh, gentle. So you learn more about masculine from your mom in the early years than from your dad.
How so?
0 to 11 years, your mom is going to show you how to treat a woman,
Ah, yes.
right? It's going to show you to soft you. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
show you that what the woman word like means like your kid is going to like kill your kill himself trying to to achieve something,
Yeah.
and the job of the mom is like limits but with softness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm trying to jump and he felt,
Yeah.
right? And the mom is like,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
holding the
It's
space,
okay. Yeah.
holding the space is okay. So it's like mom is supporting and
But showing him balance.
showing him balance, right?
Yeah.
So it's like how it should treat the woman. Basically, it's about masculinity, and then the man, the father, it's to arrancar, like just put it away from the mother, to go to the adversity, to experience discipline, to experience limits, to experience self-control, self-defense, understand like direction. I'm going to show you direction because now, because the father shows the kid how to protect the mother, how to talk to the mother, right?
Yeah.
How I behave with your mom is the way that you will
You will
reply and behave
behave
with the
with.
woman, right?
True. True. And if you don't have that,
You want to learn in the street
you
or in the
learn.
fucking TV or in the series, and that's not a good
Yeah.
example, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm telling you. Like, that's what I told. Like, there is no masculine examples from the childhood to the university. Not good examples,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes the coach is for that reason. Coaches in United States are so important
Yeah.
because
Actually, it's interesting that you say that. This is such a personal story. I dated somebody that was 27.
I remember that conversation. We will be censored in here.
He was a man, or he is a man, but his father was incarcerated when he was younger, and his football coach in high school, like he didn't start playing football until he was like 14, which is kind of young. I mean, kind of old, um, in the States, right? So he started playing American football at 14, and his coach just kind of took him underneath his wing. He dating this man that was 27 years old was one of the best relationships. And it wasn't even a relationship, it was more like a situationship because we didn't really say that we were in a relationship, but we kind of were in a relationship. It was a very interesting thing, but it was very kind.
Did you miss him?
I do. I miss the energetics of it because he was kind, he was considerate.
I have a tricky question.
Oh, I can't wait till this tricky question. He was,
Imagine that you are dating here,
yeah.
and suddenly he calls you like, "Yeah, I'm here. I want to see you."
I'm gonna go see him.
Even if you are dating with someone here,
Absolutely.
like seriously
Oh, if I'm
dating.
no. If I'm
Wow.
no. If
Double standard here.
no.
Let's.
If I'm seriously dating somebody and we're in a commitment, then I'm not gonna see him. Of course, no. I'm a woman of my word.
I
But
know, but it's super tempting.
it is tempting. It's very tempting because he held the perfect container for me.
Okay, okay. But the tricky question is because
Oh, and the other thing that was really important, this is very important. I think women would appreciate this. He knew how to communicate his feelings without
okay,
being angry.
okay.
Like, yeah.
We can
And
go.
his needs too, like what he emotionally needed from me.
Okay,
That's the yeah.
okay. So you are dating here, and you are doing well. You
Who?
are not you. You are not.
I'm not oh
It's just
hypothetical.
a
Okay. Okay.
hypothetical, hypothetical.
Okay, hypothetical. Go, go, go.
And this guy called you and is, I'm here.
Uh-huh.
I think you answer is very fast, very secure. Like, I'm gonna see him. Okay. I think that will be pulverized energetically if someone is going to be far away or long term or commitment with the guy that you're actually dating. Because as a man,
Yeah.
we can
Sniff.
sniff, like smell like like
Okay, so let me just be very, very clear. And I said when you said dating, so I think we also need to define what the word dating is. That's important. I've done that before.
I know, but that nowadays dating is dating. Like it's just we
What-
start dating, we need exclusivity. That's all that we are starting.
Yeah, if I'm dating with ing,
Or you want the Latino look with the flexibility of the European? Can't.
that's different. If I'm okay, so if he were to show up, I'm going to put this very, very clear. If I'm going out on dates, I'm not exclusive.
You are like exploring.
I'm
okay.
exploring.
Okay.
For me, that's what dating is.
Ah, okay. Okay. Like, okay.
That's what I'm doing now without the dates.
Okay, but listen, if you want that man, the man that you are looking for, you just need to date just with the men that has this
Well, that's
possibility.
What I do. That's what I go out, and then I go out like maybe I don't waste my time. I'll do like maybe 2 or 3 dates, and then if it's not gonna work, then yeah, I'm done. I just end it. Yeah.
You know that
I've
before
had to do that here.
before it will be more do you know why the marriage was like 50, 60 years, 40 years together?
Because they didn't have any other choice.
No. It's because they choose them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They chose each other because there weren't like
We
9
we
million
they
choices.
like but no, but we I think that they it's kind of hard for us because now we have like a lot
It's like
of
going
options.
it's like going to the grocery store.
Exactly, but in that days it was just like
Yeah.
one gear and bro, go
Yeah.
directly and choose her and don't let it
I'm going to
don't
put it
let
like
her-
this.
her go.
So, when I lived in DC, I would sometimes go to the farmer's market, right? On Saturdays. I would go to the farmer's market. It's outside. It's kind of like here you have like all the little fruit shops and stuff, things like that. And I would go to this one stand. And he would have an assortment of vegetables and fruit. Every week it was something different, but that's all you had. So it's like, pick one. You have that choice. And I'm like, oh, I want to buy something from him. Okay, today I'm going to buy a lettuce.
Are you
Great.
comparing men's with potatoes
Yes,
and
I am.
vegetables?
Yes. But the thing is, and I would stick to this, right? I would only buy my vegetables from this guy. I was committed to what he offered.
Okay.
However, during the pandemic, he wasn't there. So then I had to order online, have my food delivered. And it got me out of this weird rhythm. Because now I'm looking at the app and I'm like, well, do I want that kind of lettuce or this kind of lettuce? Or that kind of tomato or that kind of tomato? Small, large, too many options. And then sometimes I would take way more than I needed. Whereas when I would go to this one stand to get my vegetables every week, I was committed to that stand, and I was committed to the healthiness of what he
Until
offered.
you see another bitch buying in the same stand. Bitch, that's my stand.
Get away from my stand, girl. Leave my tomatoes alone.
That's a
But you know, but you know what I'm saying. It's like
but
that.
this example is exactly how the
I was
men's work,
I chose
the
that
mind of
stand.
the men's
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
You know, like we are. You define it very well. Like not territorial. No, it's not about possession. It's about. You say that in the whole book. What was about it? You
The
use
expansiveness, or
you use a word that define very well. Like sometimes because this is something. In biology, there is like I don't want to be possessed. I don't want to be exclusive. It's just like it's how we work, right? Like
yeah.
it's not about possession. It's not about like you are mine. It's about like I just can't protect one, and you need to choose one.
Yeah.
You can't protect like 200.
No, you can't. It's impossible. You can only protect one.
And
Who's gonna protect me? I don't know. We'll figure
well,
it out.
I don't think you need protection. Protect themselves, guys. I don't think you need protection. I think you need to feel safe with
I
someone.
definitely need feeling safe is like top priority.
You know how to protect yourself, but you always feel safe
Safe and held,
and love
cherished,
it. You know, like
yes.
there is some
Honored,
wounds that
respected.
only heal in relationships.
Really?
Yeah. There is something that you only can heal by relationships. And when I say relationship, I say situationships or whatever, is in the moment that you create the vínculo, the link.
How do you say it again? The
Vínculo?
vínculo.
Vínculo is the way that you learn how to link with another one.
Oh, okay.
It's the way that how did you learn to understand if you wanted a relationship from your self-centered or you're selfish or to feel chosen, not even for love, not even to give love, or if you want to relation because it's a transaction and you have interest and you want property, but it's okay. It's okay, but the problem with men and women nowadays is like they don't know what the fuck they want and they don't be transparent and they don't be honest and they don't know enough themselves that they start something and 1 month later it's like, oh, I didn't want this. I'm sorry. So
Yeah, change your mind.
what do you mean? And change your mind. We are not in the supermarket anymore. You are dealing with people.
You're
And
at the stand.
so if you choose at least like a fucking career, finish 5 years. Now I think the average of relationship.
I was gonna say 6 months, but I was like, man, if it's closer to 6 months, then that's a sad situation.
Now
Because I
like
think what happens is like it's 6 months, and then sometimes it may dive into a year.
Exactly.
But that year, the last 6 months,
I think 6 months
It's
now
shaky.
sounds like long term, and it's
That's-
it's sad. It's fucking sad.
that is very sad.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Now it's like 1 month, 2 months, and it could be like, like here in Playa, like 2 months feels like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Because you are in the paradise, so you like
2 months feels
it's like a
like 2
honeymoon,
years.
daily honeymoon, right? So 2 months feels
One day
like
is
two
the
years.
honeymoon.
One day is the
No, you
honeymoon.
meet. Second date is the honeymoon. Third date, you are in a relationship.
You move together in the fourth day, and
And
so
then next month it ends.
let's finish this because we have visitors and we don't
Yeah.
want to create some kind of
Yeah,
fines.
whatever.
Okay.
We've been talking a while.
We're going
though.
talking a 1 hour and a half.
Okay,
So maybe we need to
wrap it up.
cut and
Sounds good.
okay. Ciao.
Ciao. Wow. That was the whole.